Good morning, everyone. We are back with more Barnstable This Morning. I'm Sarah Colvin, and joining me live in studio, our Superintendent of Schools, Meg Mayo-Brown. Good morning, Meg. How are you?
I'm well, Sarah. Thanks for having me on.
So I don't think I've spoken to you since school began. Congratulations. I understand the school year is off to an exciting start, as always.
It is. We have more than 5,000 students in Barnstable Public Schools over our 9 schools, and we were off to a great start by all accounts.
Great, and so convocation went well, and so what for you? I mean, obviously this is you're getting to know the students. You've spent the summer kind of getting to know the staff and the administrators. What's kind of your process as you more kind of fully integrate now that everything is happening?
Sure. So I spent the first week getting into schools. Schools are very much into helping students understand the rituals and routines and school-wide expectations of school, which is very important because, we can't necessarily hold students accountable for good behavior unless we teach them what that means and show them the expectations. So a lot of that going on during the first week of school, and was happy to see that in all of our schools. More formally, I introduced to the school committee last week my entry plan, which is a detailed document, a way to enter a school system. It's really best practice for superintendents to engage in an entry plan process. And for my plan, what it involves is interviewing both individually and groups, both internal stakeholders and external stakeholders to the school. So that means teachers, administrators, parents, community members, other department heads in the town, in order to really develop a deep understanding of the school system. And it's a way to understand where Barnstable Public Schools have been, where they are now, and where do we want to go together collectively. And you really can't begin to propose solutions to complex challenges until you have a deep understanding of the system and until you form relationships and trust in order to do that collective work in terms of bringing Barnstable Public Schools to the next level. I've described Barnstable Public Schools as a great system. There are so many terrific things going on, and yet we're always in education talking about the next level of work. What can we do to ensure that all students have access to a high quality education? So that's our work for this year.
Absolutely. So not just kind of paying attention to what's happening, but looking and kind of anticipating the trends and anticipating what the needs of the next generation of students will be.
That's right. And as we've talked a little bit about before, our diversity is expanding in Barnstable, which I think is terrific. We're preparing our students for to be able to work and compete in a global economy when they graduate, right? When they graduate college. And so our classrooms are becoming more diverse, and I think that's terrific. As you look around college campuses, as you look around the workplace, there's diversity everywhere. And so we welcome that in Barnstable, and I think it strengthens our school system.
And I think it's so important for kids to grow up in that kind of environment and really to be on the same page where here we all are in one classroom.
Right.
We might come from different backgrounds, different countries, we
That's
might
right.
speak different languages, have different levels of income, but we're all working on this math problem together, or we're all
That's right.
reading this book together. And so there's that kind of sense of unity that's so important, especially when we have a group that can be as diverse as Barnstable can be.
That's right. There's a new mural at Barnstable High School that's in the World Language Department that represents 32 languages. It says hello in 32 languages because there are 32 languages in our school department. So again, that diversity is a strength, and I'm so pleased to have it.
Wonderful. So again, the school year off to a good start, making progress on the teachers cabinet, assembling that teachers cabinet?
Yes, we're starting to put that together. Brooke, who's the Teacher Association president, and I will be meeting soon to talk about. We hope to be able to launch that in October.
Wonderful. Yeah. Looking forward to that. And then, of course, for the next few weeks, we had Principal Pat Clark on from Barnstable High School not too long ago, and we are going to kind of go through. There are 9 different principals in the town of Barnstable.
Yes. So I'm so excited to have each one come on your show and be able to talk a little bit about the great things that are occurring in our schools. Again, 9 schools all have a very different personality and school culture and climate, and I think it's great that the principals can talk more about that so our community can learn how exceptional our schools are.
Absolutely, and really get a sense of all of the different schools, because I think that we think so much about the high school, but there are the elementary schools, there's the intermediate school, and really everyone kind of has its own own
Yeah.
little different culture, kind of like all the different villages in Barnstable.
That's right. And Barnstable has a very unique educational model as well, where we have K-3 schools, kindergarten through third grade, and then all of our students come together for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and then move on to the high school for 8th grade through 12th grade. So it's a very interesting model, and I think having those, small village elementary schools builds that strong sense of community, and then fortunately we're able to pull all of our students together for 4th grade.
Excellent. We love that. Well, Meg, I thank you so much for stopping by our studio. Really appreciate it.
Great. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. Meg Mayo-Brown, of course, is our Superintendent of Schools, joining us here on Monday morning, and we will start talking to principals next week. More to come on Barnstable This Morning. I'm Sarah Colvin.